Today we talk about summer plans and starting up next school year right here on the PSD EdTech Podcast.
Welcome to the PSD EdTech Coaches Podcast, a podcast for educators by educators that love to equip teachers, ponder, and discuss current issues and climate in education.
With your hosts, Dan Hopman, Melissa Shields, Jeri Sloan, and Steve Stuckey. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you may be. Welcome in. I am Dan Hopman, one of your instructional coaches in the Palmdale School District, with my co-hosts, as always, Melissa Shields and Jeri Sloan. Ladies.
Hello. Good morning.
How's it going? Good. You know, it's kind of a weird time. It's like we have, I guess technically we have 4 more wake-ups to go. That's what at least our teachers would say. It would be interesting what the next 4 days looks like compared to the start of next year. So we're going to be talking about that today. It's been a couple weeks actually now since we did our last podcast, which is kind of cool. And I said that we were going to try to get Steve in here to record. We were going to be checking in with Steve, but evidently
Busy golfing,
pickleball, lawn bowling, regular bowling. Those all interfere with the podcast.
Well,
it just sucks to be retired, I guess. So we will try to see if we can get him. We're going to make a better attempt to get him scheduled for the podcast. But you think about retirement, because I know, Jeri, you're on the cusp, about 1 more year almost. That's what you're thinking right now. You're not looking forward too much, are you?
Two for me. I got 2 more, a little over, like 2 more in 2 months, something like that. I know that young teachers don't want to hear this.
No, they don't, and I won't say how many I have because mine's not even close to that. But we'll get Steve more involved here next season, and at the start of next year, we'll get him scheduled in so that way, he's in with us. Maybe we'll have a little bit different perspective on education, and that'll put him at his 3-year retirement. So that's what's going to be interesting about that. But what do you guys have planned so far for the summer, Jeri? What do you got planned? Anything special?
Well, I have to visit Jasper, almost 3, and Michaela, almost 2.
Wow.
So playing with little kids where you're not responsible for standards. Just fun.
It's standard to have fun with them.
There you go.
Yeah. Melissa, what about you?
Standard.
Well, this weekend I'm going to get to spend some time with some family that I haven't seen in years. And then in 2 weeks, I'll be on a plane to Hawaii, going back home for about a week. So I tried to extend my stay, but that's not going to work out. Yeah, so just a week.
Anything fun you're going to do while you're out there?
We purposely did not make any plans. So, but there's some places where friends of mine have been, and they're like, oh, they ask me where to go, and I'm like, I tell them places, and then they end up telling me that they went somewhere else. I'm like, I've never heard of that place, so I'm going to go check it out.
It's amazing as many times as you've been there that there's still other things that you don't even think about doing there.
It's a big island. Yeah. So, yeah.
But small at the same time.
That's the way I like it.
So it sounds like you guys have yours planned. I know mine is going to be spent in a car for a month.
Yeah, but yours is cool.
My goodness.
I hope it ends up being cool. So with us, we leave sometime in the middle of June. We're actually going to drive all the way out to the East Coast where my family lives, and we're going to go pick up my mom and dad. So the plan right now is that we'll hit, here's some of the things we're going to do. We're going to do ice caves in New Mexico.
Ooh.
We're going to do the Amarillo Zoo. There's a story behind that, but I'm not going to put it on the podcast. And then we're going to hit Oklahoma City for a couple of days and kind of make that our halfway point, relaxing time, and go check out the Memorial Museum there for Oklahoma City, and check out a AAA Dodger game while we're there. And then after that, I have no idea what we're going to do. So it's a matter of, it might just be while we're on the road going, hey, that's pretty cool. Hey, that's pretty cool.
Giant ball of yarn.
Actually, you know what? That's actually popped up on our thing. It wasn't a ball of yarn. It was Cadillac. It was like Cadillac Garden or something like that, where they've got all these Cadillacs all painted different colors, and they stick up out of the ground. And I know nothing about it, but I'm going to find out about it.
I'm willing to bet there's an app somewhere that tells you like road trip stuff. I feel like I've heard that there is one.
There is. So the one I use is called Road Tripper.
Oh, well, there you go.
It will, so you have like how much, you have like a distance from the road that you're on. So we're going to be on the 40 the whole time, and you can say, I want to know what's around it for 30 miles. So you're saying basically I'm willing to go 30 miles off our track to go find something. So that's how we found the caves. So it'll be interesting what else is out there. I know my experience in driving has been to the Midwest, and that's about it. We've always flown to the East Coast.
Right.
But to hit the Midwest is going to be, and go beyond that in a car is going to be a lot of fun.
You're going all the way to the East Coast?
All the way to the East Coast. So whether or not we actually make it to the coast is going to be the question. Depends on how much time we have. So after we pick up my parents in Georgia, we're going to head to Kentucky, maybe go see family in Chicago, and then head over to Mount Rushmore. That's the ultimate goal, is get to Mount Rushmore, check that out probably somewhere around the 4th, and then start making our way home from there. So it'll be, I think I've got it clocked in at roughly 4,000 miles from start to finish, roughly. So it'll be interesting what that actually looks like when it comes to being in the car. But I know that kind of leads us to, okay, now that summer's going to be over at that point. I hate even bringing that up, the fact that we haven't even hit summer yet, but yet we're talking about when summer's over. We do have a required days when we come back, and those are what they are. But what do we do when we come back? What are some activities to kind of bring that SEL thing together? I don't want to say SEL thing, but SEL together, to start getting our rules in place, to start getting our social contracts going, starting to get the academics going in our classroom. What are some things that we can do to get that moving forward? So Jeri, I'll start with you.
Oh, well, I would always be the advocate for spend the first month on digital citizenship and technology protocols, so that, Edu Protocol Smart Start, as Dan will mention further.
Sure.
He is our expert in that. So any question about that, ask any of us, but especially Dan. But yeah, there are so many things you could do in the first month that really aren't the content in the curriculum yet. They're just getting ready for it, which so much fun building culture right in the classroom.
And I do like starting off with digital citizenship, because I think there's an assumption a lot of times where teachers think, oh, the kids know how they're supposed to behave while using Chromebooks. Well, in this case, by this point, we'll have TK through 11th grade all on Chromebooks. So that I think there's an assumption that all the kids know how to act and behave on these devices. So starting that out in the beginning of the year, they've been off for a couple months. Either reinforcing those, I think, is a great idea, and starting off with those who don't know is a great idea.
It changes so fast too. I mean, the digital citizenship and what people need to know, and you learn a lot when you're teaching kids what they need to know, because all those kids have been playing with a phone,
so true,
even if they don't have their own social media accounts.
Yeah, one thing that I just recently saw this. I won't say it's a speech, like a webinar with John Hattie. We always are talking about John Hattie in our meetings, our teacher clarity and
effect size,
effect size, and we've talked a lot about how teacher efficacy is huge, but I found it very interesting that they mentioned that he said the single most important factor in students' success is building, whether or not they make a friend in the first 6 weeks. Not like a lifelong, you're my best bud for life, but is the classroom a safe space where they feel comfortable making friends, or do they get to know each other?
Being themselves.
Yeah, and it kind of, I go back to, I remember one time I was in the classroom and I asked a student to pass something out, and they're like, who's this person? Who's this person? I'm like, what do you mean, who's this person? You guys have been in class together and that was on me, right? Because I didn't at the time make sure that my students knew who each other were. They weren't really developing those bonds with each other, and it's hard to have bullies going on when everybody's a friend, really, right? So developing them, just finding ways to make those connections, those friendships, and that class, building that class culture is so crucial.
And another big effect size
now backed up by research.
Yeah, another big effect size is discussion, when the students talk about what's going on in the classroom with each other.
While you guys were saying that, I saw a picture this morning on Facebook, and I'm going to butcher it because I didn't memorize it, but basically it was, don't expect students to make a best friend the moment they hit your classroom. However, there are things that your students can do. One of those things, just being nice to each other. to help build that camaraderie together, and then let the relationship develop. I was hoping I could find it real quick while Jeri and Melissa were talking, but it's already been buried on Facebook.
You know what, though?
Go ahead.
Mentioning that being nice to each other, it just kind of reminds me back to when I took comp classes way back in the, before Champs and when I was first starting out in the district. Because, when you go to get your credential and stuff, they really don't, at least they didn't when I got my credential, they don't teach you how to do classroom management and all that stuff. So anyway, but one thing that Cammie Henderson and Helen Novak had said, and I think also Linda Salisbury?
Yep.
Yeah. One thing that they said that stood out to me was, hey, you don't have to do all the stuff. Just only have them practice the stuff you want them to be able to do. Well, okay, so if you want them to walk straight on, for a fire drill, then you have to practice that. If you want them to be nice, they have to practice it. So not just saying, hey, be nice to each other, telling a kid, hey, be nice. Maybe they don't know what be nice is. We don't know. We don't know what's going on, in their lives around outside of school. So maybe they need to be taught how to be nice.
That reminds me about something I saw too, which is like, why do we do these culture building activities at the end of the year? We do fun balloon races or whatever it is we're doing. And isn't that great? Everybody's so happy with each other. Why don't we do some of those at the beginning of the year?
Should be. So I found that picture, and it says, so it titles itself as, you can't be best friends with everyone, but you can notice everyone, be friendly to everyone, make room for everyone, root for everyone, empathize with everyone. And I think that's a great way to start off the year, a great way to start building that culture, like Melissa was saying, in your classroom, and, capturing kids' hearts. I mean, this is everything that's rooted in that. It's amazing how just telling students, be nice, can really change some of the attitude that's going on in the classroom. Building off a lot of that, and Jeri mentioned earlier, Smart Start. Those of you that have done any of the Edu protocols, starting off with Smart Start is a great way to get yourself going. I had the honor of having John Crippo invite me onto his podcast last week, and
So cool.
it was very cool. And
High five.
Jinx, you guys both owe me a Coke. That was for my sons. First of all, trying to keep up with John. I told you guys this. Trying to keep up with John is just ridiculous. I just can't do it. And not everyone can watch the podcast because it's under a paid wall. But one of the things that he kept saying, we would offer ideas, and we were supposed to 1+1 each other. And John, he'd listen to my idea, and he goes, "That's a great idea. I don't know if I can build on that. Let me think for a second. Oh, I know." And just, it's amazing how he's able to come up with ideas. But that's beside the point.
I wish you were exaggerating. You're not even
I
exaggerating.
am not even a little bit. But one of the things that I got from that was this idea of ending our year the way we want to start our year. So it kind of goes back to what you were just saying, Jeri, about why do we end our year like this? Let's start our year like this. So Edu Protocols came up with their fantastic finish. So the idea is that you start the end of your year with stuff that you always wanted to try Edu Protocol wise. And to be honest, you can do it with anything other than Edu Protocols, but that's just the framework I'm going to use. Try out some things. So if you've never done Wicked Hydra, maybe you'd try some Wicked Hydra. And then at the beginning of the year, use Wicked Hydra because you've already kind of worked out the kinks with your class the year before. So I think that's a great way to start. And you can always pull in all those get to know each other SEL components into those Edu Protocols. So not only are the kids learning the framework, but they're also interacting with each other at the same time. And so you're just asking for greater success of implementation of those Edu Protocols.
And less planning.
So much less planning. But all that being said, teachers, we want you guys to understand that there's other ways to do things. Don't think that because you've always done things the way they've done them, that's the way you have to start your year off. It's a great opportunity just at the end of the year to try new things before you go forward.
And sometimes we think a new thing has to be this big research that we do. We have to dive in. We have to learn everything. It's going to take us a month to figure it out. No, we just grab an Edu Protocol, slap it on there with minimal planning and try it and let the students and ourselves learn together.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So just a few ideas that we had moving forward. We didn't want to make today, super long with our podcast because this is our finale, but we just wanted to touch on a few things that will help you at the beginning of next year. Just get off to a great start. And so, you've got a few of them. Jeri had, starting off with digital citizenship, a little bit of the SEL components, edu protocols with Smart Start. We're here to help you. So, if you ever need any help with any of this stuff, please reach out. Any final notes on starting off your year?
Well, don't forget that we can come in and do planning with you, demo lessons, model lessons, co-teaching. So there's different ways of doing it, so you're not alone.
Yeah.
Trying this or just sending us an email. So.
And we love working with teams. Teams is actually one of the best ways to be implementing anything, because you guys can feed off each other, data,
Support each other, yeah.
Support each other, share data, and you never know, one person may pick up something quicker than the other, so you can kind of feed off of that energy and learn how they're doing things.
We know more than just technology. We're teachers. We just like technology to help our teaching.
We are teachers. So I kind of wanted to end today on a note. I wrote up something that I wanted to read to the teachers, because I think sometimes, and I know we just had teacher appreciation last week, but I wanted to kind of give kind of a great year, rah, great job, guys, note to our teachers. I thought that they deserved it. So teachers, this is for you. As another school year draws to a close, we want to take a moment to express our heartfelt appreciation for your tireless dedication, unwavering commitment, and profound impact on the lives of our students. You have poured your hearts and souls into educating, inspiring, and guiding the next generation, and your efforts have not gone unnoticed by our department. Summer break is finally upon us, and a well-deserved time of rest, rejuvenation, and cherished moments with loved ones. We hope this period provides you with the opportunity to recharge your batteries, indulge in your passions, and create lasting memories that will fuel your passion for teaching in the upcoming year. We understand that challenges you faced, especially during these unprecedented times, although I think we're coming out of those. You adapted, innovated, and persevered, ensuring that our students continued to receive the education they deserve. Your resilience and determination have been nothing short of extraordinary, and we are immensely grateful for your unwavering commitment to their growth and development. While you enjoy your summer, please remember to take care of yourselves and prioritize your well-being. Engage in activities that bring you joy, nurture your interests, and provide you with the peace and tranquility you deserve. Whether you embark on exciting adventures, embark on creative endeavors, or simply savor quiet moments of relaxation, let this summer be a time of self-care and rejuvenation. As we bear a farewell to this academic year, we eagerly look forward to the next year and the next chapter that's going to open up ahead. The start of a new school year brings with it fresh beginnings, new opportunities, and the chance to make a difference in the lives of our students once again. We trust that you will return with renewed energy, innovative ideas, and an unwavering commitment to excellence. Remember that your passion, knowledge, and dedication have the power to shape young minds and transform lives. Your impact extends far beyond the classroom, leaving an indelible mark on the future of our society. Your work is nothing short of extraordinary, and we are proud to have you as part of our teaching community. Have a truly remarkable summer, filled with joy, laughter, and moments of tranquility. Take this time to recharge. You are appreciated, valued, and cherished. Thank you once again for your exceptional service. So I'm going to be very honest. I wrote some of this and then I put it into an AI bot and it came up with the rest. However, I completely agree with everything that was said. And I can't wait to see what we do in the year 2023, 2024. Ooh. Can't even believe I'm saying those. Ladies, any final marks before we leave?
No, just make some great memories, laugh a lot, and enjoy your family and friends.
Mine would be focus on the positive. That's harder to do than it sounds. And then care and hugs, don't eat bugs.
Unless you're on a motorcycle and you forget to close your mouth.
Yeah, or weed whacking.
That's right. And on behalf of our department, we just thank you guys for everything that you guys do for us and inviting us into your classrooms. And just remember, like Jeri said earlier, when you start thinking about next year, think about the next tool that you need in your tool belt, and we're there to help you out. Have a great summer. We will see you come August.
Bye-bye.
Stay safe. definitely don't eat bugs.
I don't know. They're pretty tasty and covered in chocolate. I've heard.
Everyone needs a protein diet. Have a great summer, everybody. We'll talk to you.